All right, it's a new day again. I did a little more research making sure I was doing this wire, the Banjo bolt job correctly. And now I am confident that I know how to do it the right way. So I'm going to undo the side that I already did, redo it, and film that. And we're just going to scratch the film from the stuff that I did before. So you actually, viewers out there, don't know that anything else happened but today, but I'm here to tell you, I did one bank already, and I'm just going to redo it to make sure it's done the right way. So anyways, let's go. Let's get started on the driver's side. For this job, you don't need stuff too crazy. You just need some wire snips, pliers. Honestly, these are a little big. If you can get some short pliers, you'll be in a better spot. It's a 12 millimeter ratchet and a very small torque wrench that is goes down to very low numbers. So essentially, what you're going to do is back all these out, throw in your new Banjo bolts with your new washers, which we did off camera and we did previously. Just snug them down, just snug. We'll torque these later. Here's later. I'm gonna do 7 foot-pounds. It says 8 to 10, and you know what? 7 feels good. Anything past 7 feels a little sketch. So 7 foot-pounds, and then we'll start running the wires through. Now you're gonna take your piece of wire, middle of the hand to the top of the top of the middle finger. There's your measurement. Okay, you're gonna run it through. This is the portion where you want to make sure it's really nice and tight. Get in here with your pliers. Okay. Run it underneath. There we go. Go to the left this time. Good. And there you have it. You'll snip off the extra. But essentially, you just want it so that if this guy goes to turn to the left, it's going to immediately start pulling on this wire, and it's not going to allow it to back out. And it's really as simple as that. So for the wires facing the right, you want it to wrap around the top of the Banjo bolt. For the wires facing to the left, you want it to wrap around the underside of the bolt. So we're going to repeat these steps all the way through for all of the bolts. Hop on the other side and do the same thing. And finally, I'm gonna but you wanna bend back your wire so it's up out of the way of the travel of the cam lobe. Making sure that you have plenty of clearance. Let's see. Yep, for all of them. We're on the other side now. It's the exact same process for the other side. I just got more stuff in the way. All right. Let's do it again. So it's really as easy as taking one out and putting one back in. All right. Grab our friendly small torque wrench and do the 0 and out thing. 7 foot-pounds. Again, it does call for 8 to 10, but that's a lot. and it just feels like a lot. Yeah, you get to 7 and it's unhappy. Truthfully, I'm going to go to 7 and that's it. I'm not going to go past 7. So you get past 7 and it goes from a good time to not a good time. I mean, honestly, even this, that feels plenty snug to me, truly. Like, I'm good there, because you don't want to go too far. Going too far is bad news. Okay, and then we're going to repeat the process with wire on all of them. Again, to the right, underneath, to the left, over the top. Just finished the passenger side. You see they're nice and uniform, tucked back into themselves. And sometimes it does make you stop and think, for you to make sure that you're tying it the correct way, because it's lots of twist to the right, then twist to the left. Make sure that it's not going to back itself out. It just, lots of conceptual thought going into this one. So I paused a bunch, made sure I was doing it properly. And it appears that we're all good. So finally have those all done. They're all nice and torqued, which it does say 8 to 10. However, I do want to warn you, if you go 8 to 10, you might start stripping stuff. I am doing 5 to 7. That's what I did. And 5 to 7 plus the tie off, they're not going anywhere. Don't worry about it. What's most important is that that hole lines up with the passage in that pipe. So they do. They're nice and tight. They're good to go. We are finally ready to piece this thing back together and get it going. Finally get it running and driving, hopefully. Okay, so what's next? Next is reassembly. It's going to be important to make sure and reassemble things in a way that there's no air leaks. Talked to a friend of mine, Harold, yesterday about a bunch of M70 and S70 stuff. And in that conversation, he also suggested that I Rhinzo seal the intake manifold gaskets, which I had planned to do. So it was good to get that reinforcement. Something Stretton did on his reassembly of the several V12s he's done, as well as Ed from V12 Throttle. So, you know, when all the masters are telling you to do it, you do it. So I'm going to Rhinzo seal that stuff, make sure we have no air leaks at the lowest level, and then further than that, if it still has some idle surging issues, MAFs will be rebuilt. There's a gentleman who still rebuilds them. Thank you, Harold, for the suggestion on this gentleman. I'll be sending those out because the CSI has MAFs that are specific to the CSI. You can't just put on any M70 MAFs. Those will not work. And then lastly, if we're still having idle surging issues, I'm going to look at the DMEs, the ECUs, and make sure all the points are good. This car, sitting as long as it has, probably be good to check those. So thanks also to Harold for the suggestion there. I look forward to when we can start and drive this thing. Let me tell you, it's been a long time that I've owned this now and haven't really heard it run. Not really, and I haven't driven it at all. So I can't wait for that moment. I hope you all join me in that video when that happens. And this was a nice little short video on how to wire the Banjo bolts in your M70, S70, or M73 car. I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. And we're all learning at the same time. This is the first time I've done pretty much any of this stuff too. So leave your comments down below of anything that you suggest I do, anything that you think I missed, or anything that you liked. Have a good one. See you in the next one.